Hi everyone, I just wanted to send you a quick video updating you on what we've been working on in math. As you know, before the holiday break, we started in on fractions and we practiced adding some unlike fractions, but we've really honed in on it this week. So I'm just going to show you how we've been doing it in class. And you'll see these steps here. These steps, we use them in class, but these are actually ones that your students came up with. They told me the steps after they felt comfortable with learning the process. I wrote it down and it's posted in our classroom, and I'll be referring to it as I solve these problems. So first I'm going to add two unlike fractions. My first step is to look at the denominators, and I can see that they are unlike. So what I need to do is make them have the same denominator, because you can't add two fractions unless they have the same denominator. So step two, find a common denominator. Your students are really great at just looking at fractions and figuring out what they need to change one of them to be. So step three is change a fraction to be equivalent. Okay, well, my common denominator, I know that 4 is a factor of 8, so I can change 1/4 to have a denominator of 8. The way I do that is I'm going to multiply by 2 halves. So that's, when we learned it, it was whatever you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator, and vice versa. So 4 times 2 is 8, 1 times 2 is 2. We have taught your students why that actually works. They don't just do it because we said so, but really, if you think about whole digit multiplication, any number times 1 equals itself. So these two values are the same. When we multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number, it's really multiplying it by 2 halves. So we're multiplying 1/4 times 2 halves, and 2 halves is equivalent to 1 whole. So 1/4 times 2 halves is 2/8. So 1/4 and 2/8 have the same value. So now I've changed the fractions to be equivalent. And now I need to rewrite the problem with the new fraction and either add or subtract. So instead of writing 1/4, I'm going to write 2/8 plus 2/8 equals 4/8, which is equivalent to 1/2. Your students are really great at simplifying too. Now I'm going to show you how we subtract. You'll notice the steps are exactly the same. It's just the math operation is different at the end. So if we have 7/10 minus 2/5, I look at the denominators, I can see that they are unlike, so I need to find a common denominator. Well, 5 is a factor of 10, so I'm going to change 2/5. So 2/5 is equivalent to something over 10. It's equivalent to tenths. I just need to figure out the numerator. So 5 times 2 is 10, so 2 times 2 is 4. So 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10. So now I'm going to rewrite my problem with the new fraction, and then in this case I'll subtract. 7/10 minus 4/10 equals 3/10. And that's it. Thank you.